Hello and welcome to the presentation of What's New in AR-DRG version 11. My name is Ning Ding. I'm the Acting Senior Technical Advisor of Acute Care Classifications at IHPA.
And I'm Veronica Mann, the Technical Manager at Acute Care Classification Team.
Today, our presentation will cover three main areas. First, I will introduce the major milestones of AR-DRG version 11 development. Next, Veronica will take you through the refinements of version 11, and lastly provide an overview of the results. Okay. So the development of AR-DRG version 11 started in July 2019. In August 2019, IHPA commissioned an external consultant to conduct an end-to-end review of the development of acute care classifications. The review highlighted a few key opportunities for improvement. In response to the opportunities identified, IHPA has extended the development cycle of acute care classifications, including the AR-DRG classification, from 2 years to 3 years to balance currency and stability against the burden of implementation. In September 2019, IHPA drafted the work program of AR-DRG version 11, which outlines the development priorities for this new version. The priorities were predominantly informed by areas identified through public and stakeholder submissions. The review on the development priorities started in late 2019. Each change proposal undergoes analytical assessment and clinical review, followed by stakeholder and public consultation before finalization. In December 2020, IHPA published the governance framework for the development of the admitted care classifications, which outlines the principles used to guide the classification development cycle of AR-DRGs. In May to June 2021, IHPA undertook a public consultation on major refinements proposed to AR-DRG version 11. 14 submissions were received, and all submissions are published on IHPA's website. In late 2021, the version 11 models were finalized, and an external consultant was commissioned by IHPA to conduct an independent quality assurance of the models. The AR-DRG version 11 final report and technical specifications were drafted following the model finalization in early 2022. In February 2022, AR-DRG version 11 was approved by IHPA's board, the pricing authority. In April 2022, IHPA released the version 11 grouper specifications and started the certification of version 11 groupers. AR-DRG version 11 is expected to be released in July 2022. The version 11 definitions menus and the education materials of this new version are also expected to be available around the same time. And lastly, AR-DRG version 11 is proposed for implementation for pricing in July 2023. Okay, so now I'll hand over to Veronica.
To maintain the clinical currency and robustness of the AR-DRG classification, each new version includes a standard set of refinements. For version 11, IHPA has reviewed the diagnosis codes in scope for contributing to episode complexity. In total, about 11,000 diagnosis codes are in scope for receiving a DCL value in version 11. We've also reviewed the adjacent diagnosis-related group AR-DRG intervention hierarchy order and updated the complexity scoring system using the latest activity and cost data. We have reviewed the splitting of AR-DRG into DRG N classes based on complexity score and occasionally other factors such as length of stay, separation mode, and patient's age. And finally, we have reviewed the episodes that group into AR-DRG 801, general interventions unrelated to principal diagnosis, to determine more appropriate grouping where possible. Other version 11 refinements IHPA has made include the creation of new AR-DRG V08 endovascular clot retrieval in MDC01, the creation of new AR-DRG F25 percutaneous heart valve replacement with bioprosthesis in MDC05, and the creation of AR-DRG G13 frenectomy for gastrointestinal disorders in MDC06. We have also limited the requirement to use sex as a classification variable, with the expansion of reproductive system-related codes to distinguish between male and female reproductive organs. We've also removed a sex conflict test in MDC 12, 13, and 14 to ensure appropriate grouping of episodes. We've aligned the age edits for disease and intervention codes with the AR-DRG classification system. In regards to COVID-19, although COVID-19 activity and cost data hasn't been included in the dataset that informed the DRG development, like other new codes incorporated within the new AR-DRG version, disease codes for COVID-19 will receive a DCL value in version 11. On the other hand, IHPA has assessed the following refinements but not progress after analysis and consultation with clinical and technical advisory groups. These refinements include the reinstatement of a single pre-MDC AR-DRG for episodes with insertion of a neurostimulator device, the inclusion of socioeconomic factors in the DRG complexity model, the reclassification of traumatic spinal cord injury episodes, and the DCL precision, that is, deriving DCLs at the more specific fourth and fifth character levels of disease codes to enhance the precision of the complexity model. And finally, the use of gestational age in MDC 15. Following analysis and consultation, these refinements haven't been progressed for inclusion in version 11. As an overview, version 11 has a total of 400 AR-DRGs. 3 new AR-DRGs are created. Of the 397 comparable AR-DRGs, 396 of them have the same number of splits as version 10. And only one AR-DRG has changed from no split in version 10 to one split in version 11. In total, version 11 has a total of 801 DRGN classes, and the statistical performance for version 11, measured by reduction in deviance, is a RID of 64.2%, which is a slight increase from version 10. To stay connected with us, you can subscribe to IHPA news and alerts. You can also visit our website for more resources for AR-DRG classification. You can also submit public submission and DRG-related queries at IHPA Australian Classification Exchange Portal, the ACE portal. Thank you for viewing our presentation.